no repentance. They show no desire to receive any type of biblical correction from any of the saints or any type of accountability whatsoever. Now, they want to call themselves Christian. Hey, that's fine. You know, it ain't going to affect my paycheck at all. But the fact of the matter is, we have a...
Now, I've heard them make excuses by saying that, you know, that they got the shakes or their nerves are real bad. Now, Rev, in some cases, is saying that he's got borderline personality disorder.
Oh.
Can I just point out the shakes are actually withdrawal symptoms?
Yep, I agree with that totally. That Shanny and Rev, you know, are so used to having all of that green stuff going through their bloodstream when it was over there in Colorado, and now that they're in Pennsylvania and they're not getting it the way they were getting it before, of course you're going to be shaking and everything. At least that's what the understanding that I came to it now.
They could be getting that from not the green stuff only, could be some of the white stuff too.
If they're using
those pill bottles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Shanny and Rev has convinced themselves that they have to use that stuff in order to be able to properly function. You know what I mean? Come on. You claim you're followers of Jesus, but you depend on that stuff. I'm sorry, guys.
Left Shanny. What's your opinion on that, G-Man?
Do I think it would be better if Rev left Shanny? Yes.
Okay.
I don't fight that no more. I totally think that would be the best solution for them both personally. Shanny will stop.
Thank you for your time.
I'm sorry?
Oh, he said thank you for your time, I guess.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Apparently that's all he wanted to know.
I guess he wanted a sound bite.
Yeah.
He's going to try to use it against you in the future, I guess.
I'm sure. Yeah. But in regards to those two, like, you can see that Rev have totally different opinions than Shanny, but he doesn't have the willpower to fight her. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have the will or the strength to fight her wacky opinions that she has.
Yeah, it's a really sad state of affairs, what those two are doing right now. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Wilson gave a $5 super chat and says, as a bit of an expert on the topic, I'm 100% convinced that Rev shakes are from the fact that he never actually quit drinking. That would be a shocking revelation if that actually turned out to be true. That would be a very shocking revelation.
He quit for a time, but I don't think he quit for good, because we know he was drinking when he was in Colorado because they found beer in the fridge. And we know they went out drinking before the arrest.
So I'm no scientist. So you get shakes from withdrawal, a hard withdrawal from anything that your body's used to, or is it just certain things, certain chemicals, whatever?
That's a good question. If somebody's an expert on drug use and getting off of this stuff or whatever and what it's like, and you have some experience with this, please click the link and come in the room and be our expert, because I don't have the foggiest idea. I don't have the foggiest idea unless you're talking about like vitamins or something like that. But when it comes to the other stuff, I don't know. I honestly don't.
I know, man, and I feel like I'm sort of talking behind their back, but you know what though? The fact of the matter is that
they're watching. They're watching. Yeah, they're watching.
All right. And they spend all this time on the internet exposing themselves to the world. So they can't get upset when people are doing all kinds of things with their videos that they're showing the whole world. They don't like the sound bites that are being used against them. They don't like people saying these things about them. But yet they're the ones exposing themselves to the whole world as if they want this stuff to be known. And it seems to me that they can't help themselves. They keep doing this to themselves, and then they get angry when people are exposing them for the things that they're revealing to the world. I don't get it.
Steve McCrae says Delta 8 is a drug. If you're going to be a responsible drug dealer, you should know that, you drug dealer. So, you know, if I'm a drug dealer for giving them Delta 8, then I would have to be a drug dealer if I bought somebody a pack of cigarettes too. Because if you're going to say that to me, then I have a certain attitude about nicotine. I'm just saying.
Donna Murphy had a question.
Let's see. Donna Murphy. Okay, what's the question?
She wanted to know if Shani ever got you to try some of those muscle relaxants.
Well, I have my own personal prescription for muscle relaxers for when my back is bothering me, and I have a very powerful ibuprofen too. But what she tried to get me to do was to try some of those edibles, which I never did.
Oh, they got weed in them or something, or?
They got the oil from the cannabis that's inside of it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's the oil. So there's Delta 8 and then there's Delta 9 or 10 or something like that. The Delta 8 is legal. I think the Delta 9 and the Delta 10 in some places you can't use because I think that's supposed to be a stronger dose or it's supposed to be considered the substance that you can't have in your body or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Do you think she was trying to blackmail you in some way?
She was trying to get him high is what she was trying to do because she thought he would have sex with her if he did.
Well, that ain't the half of it. I think that she tried to do that because I agree with you on that. And then I also think that if she thinks if I would have got high, I would have used that instead of getting my prescriptions. And then I would have been hooked and then I would have been buying it for all three of us. You know what I mean? But that just wasn't going to happen. That just wasn't going to happen.
I want to address Steve McRae's silly
manager.
Yeah. He says, Veckel's speaking facts that atheists have been speaking facts about for the last 6 years. Okay, I'll give you that. And he was
let me apologize to the atheist community then. Let me openly apologize. I owe you guys an apology. You were right and I was wrong.
Okay, yeah.
They always had that opinion that they were unteachable.
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting this. He said, and I was arguing. What was I arguing against? He's not being specific. I mean, there was a long time ago. I addressed Revelation News privately, practicing Matthew 18 because he used the Lord's name in vain in a discussion. I think it was in Nadia's hangout. And this was like my second week of knowing the guy. I was like, wait a minute, I thought this guy's a believer. So then I sent them a private message and, just like, politely, meekly, saying, hey, brother, if you're representing Christ, you probably should feel convicted by using the Lord's name like that. And then he politely, meekly replied and said, you know what? You're right, brother. I apologize about that. And I think he verbally apologized sometime after that. But years later, he went right back into doing the same thing again. So,
And when they was doing those wakey bakies, when they was in Colorado, like they was smoking an ungodly amount of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were smoking like a large quantity. So of course, when their money started to run out and they couldn't smoke it the way they were smoking it no more, of course they're going to get these shakes. And I don't think, as a matter of fact, no, I'm not going to make no excuses for him. I think Jason knows that's why he's shaking. That's why you can always tell when they want food and when they want Delta 8 or when they want some type of nicotine or something like that.
The other night, they asked for your magic number, $30.
Oh, yeah. Once you hit that $25 and $30, ignore them. Totally ignore them.
Wait. What's this about $30? What?
Anytime they ask you for $25 or $30 is for Delta 8, because that's about how much it costs to get the vapes, the Delta 8, or any of that stuff.
That sounds like, you know what? I live in the hood, and I've always lived in the hood. And I've been around people who use drugs. My mom used to use drugs. And I'm very familiar with that language. People, can I borrow $30? Can I borrow, $25 here and there and stuff. I'm very familiar with hearing that type of language. That does not sound healthy to me.
In New Jersey, you can get a dime, I think it's called, or a bag, little teeny bags of Coke for $10, from what I understand. You got a little teeny weeny bag of that stuff for $10, and some of them people over there they be killing themselves to get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's real, and Jason needs to understand that he's got a problem. Like she got him off the alcohol, but then she got him on something totally different.
Well, that was what I wanted to chime in on. Is I'm 100% like I said in the super, I'm convinced that Rev never actually stopped drinking. I think that he's been sneaking alcohol. He's not been doing what he used to do on G+, just getting blackout drunk numerous times and, yelling at people. But I 100% believe that he never actually quit drinking. I mean, I've seen the video of him picking the boys up from school and
He's picking up the kids from school while he's drunk driving.
He was high in that one.
He was very aggressive too, and he was saying some things on the internet that he shouldn't have said. See, Shanny and Jason don't understand that these waters here on the internet aren't safe, and that you got to keep your information to yourself. This woman just comes out there and just freely gives everybody everything. And I've been telling them this for years. I said, if you keep doing that, they're going to destroy you. You know what I mean? But they don't care. Nobody should take away my amendment right to be able to say whatever I want on the internet. I said, you keep doing that, you're going to find yourself behind bars because they know how to find you.
This is how bad it's gotten, their reputation. There's people like almost like popular news outlets that mention them. I found this out maybe almost a year ago. I was really surprised because there's a YouTube channel, a very popular YouTube channel that I'm subscribed to called The Quartering. He talked about them.